What's up, Cobras? Last Cobra here from Last Cobra Gaming, and I would just want to make a short video today about my thoughts on all the DLC that was released for Injustice 2. Now, one of the things I think needs to be talked about is how I feel kind of disappointed. I'm gonna be honest. My overall feelings are very underwhelmed with the DLC for Injustice 2, whereas the DLC for Mortal Kombat 10 I actually felt was pretty decent, even though we got a load of guest characters. I still felt I felt pretty good, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I love Injustice 2. It is a fun ass game. It is really good. 1 second here. Sorry. 1 second. Okay. Sorry. Injustice 2 is a really good game, and I pretty much got every single character on the roster that I would like to play as. The only thing is, for me, if they want to do guest characters, I would have rather have seen Sub-Zero and Raiden replaced with a guest character such as Spawn or Constantine or Rorschach, because at least they're comic book characters, and I feel like they would bring a lot of a flavor into the game that is not currently in there. And it would just be way more hype. You would have such a diverse roster with Rorschach, and if they did put MK character in, I would like to have seen Johnny Cage. I just feel like he could add a lot to the game as far as comedy and stuff like that. I don't feel like there's a character that really fits that style, so I would have rather have seen Johnny Cage and took out Sub-Zero and Raiden. But anyway, let's just talk about Fighter Pack 1 first, before I get too rambling on too much in this video, because I don't want to do that. Alright, so, sorry. Let's see. Fighter Pack 1, you got Red Hood, Starfire, and Sub-Zero. Pretty good overall as a fighter pack, to be honest. Red Hood, very highly requested, wasn't in the main roster, heavily requested in Injustice 1. And so, obviously, really good DLC character, really good slot for a DLC character. So, Fighter Pack 1 is pretty good. And then you got Sub-Zero. Kind of given with having Scorpion in Injustice 1, you knew that they were going to have the other face of MK in it, and it was very hinted at. I think the community is pretty much split on this. I'm not saying he's a bad character. I actually really enjoy using him. I would have liked to seen a DC character, to be honest, or a guest character, like a crazy guest character in Fighter Pack 1. I'd rather have seen that than an MK character. And I know they're trying to bring over some of the MK boys to Injustice 2, and they have a big MK fan group, so that's cool too. So overall, though, Sub-Zero, he's kind of hit or miss. I believe the community is pretty split on him. So another character, last character, Starfire. Starfire, I think was decently requested. I don't think anybody was crazy hyped for Starfire. But at least she's a DC character. But the only downside for Starfire is I think a lot of people thought she was going to play a certain way, and then when they started playing her, she came out to play totally different. And she's very simple and kind of boring to me. That's just me personally. So if you're a Starfire main, I haven't really seen a good Starfire. So if you're a Starfire main, then like that's good too, but I just feel like she's I feel like she's better, that they at least picked her than other characters, but that's just my 2 cents. Overall, I think her playstyle is kind of boring and just like very bland. So, and I don't think she has a lot of depth to her, and her playstyle is very simple. So if they could have made her play different, I think she would be very good. And it's a little weird to see Enchantress. I know this is getting a little off topic, so I'll just touch on this real quick. Enchantress has this like green beam stuff. I don't know if that's going to be in our actual gameplay, but it looks very similar to Starfire. So I'm kind of wondering if they could have just condensed that into one character. But so we'll see when that comes out. Alright, so Fighter Pack 1, in my opinion, only one of the characters was a good use of the DLC slot. So that's one character. Mind you, we got 9 DLC characters for this game. Alright, second Fighter Pack 2. We have Black Manta, Raiden, and Hellboy. Hellboy, let's start with the first one. Black Manta. Wait, was it Black Manta came out first? Yeah, Black Manta was first. Really good pick. Arch enemy of Aquaman. Solid DC pick. Really good character. So another good DLC character for Fighter Pack 2. So Fighter Pack 2 also had Raiden. Kind of out of nowhere, was confirmed a little bit by the silhouettes. I know a lot of people like Raiden, and he's a very staple of the, even very iconic for the Mortal Kombat series. So I'm not disputing the fact, but I think that the game would have been better without him, to be honest. So Raiden, nah, not overall hype in my opinion. Okay, then you got third character Hellboy, which I think was the hype character for that and the guest character. Very good character, and I actually really enjoy playing him. So I'm gonna say he's a good pick. So I think Fighter Pack 2 is actually really good. Fighter Pack 2 would be Hellboy and Black Manta, basically making that Fighter Pack for me like to be awesome. And I wasn't like a crazy Hellboy fan, but I think he's really fun to play as in the game, and I like how he is. He's a very brute and can be anywhere on the screen. So that's Fighter Pack 2. Alright, now Fighter Pack 3 is going to be a little bit hard to touch on because the characters aren't out yet, and we just know what we've seen from like gameplay and the trailer for Fighter Pack 3. So Fighter Pack 3, you have Adam, which we've seen a little bit more about, and he'll be out in December. I think they said second week of December, December 15th. I don't know, I'll have to look that up. But anyway, we got the Adam, and I think that's a really good pick for Fighter Pack 3. Awesome gameplay. I think he's gonna play totally amazing. You got, and then let's see, you got Enchantress. I think Enchantress is a pretty good pick. DC character. Okay, that's what I want to see in an Injustice DC fighting game. I want to see DC characters. Now, there's characters in this game that, there's characters. Let me just get something straight real quick. There's characters that aren't in this game that I wanted to be in this game. Mostly Zatanna, Martian Manhunter. Doomsday would have been cool, but Doomsday and Hellboy play very similar, so that's okay. I wanted to see Clayface, let's see, Killer Croc, and characters like that. And for my guest character, my special character, I would have liked to seen either Constantine, Rorschach, or Spawn, mostly Spawn. But I know he'll fit more MK11, so if they add him to MK11, that's cool. So other than that, that's just my little rant. Fighter Pack 3, still talking. Last characters blew everybody away. These kind of guest characters I love to see. At first I was kind of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it was because I was so invested in Spawn being in the game, and I really thought he had a chance with all the tweets and teases that I was getting really hyped, and with the movie going into production. But they used Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. At first I was initially a little disappointed, and I was gonna actually make a rant video on it. I decided not to, but the characters overall that they chose, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, is actually pretty cool, and the franchise is actually hurting right now. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles license is actually losing money, and with them coming out with another movie, and Michael Bay is kind of fucking their movie over, and just the overall licensing of the genre, or the I'm trying to think of the word. I can't think of the word right now. So what would you say for that? But the franchise, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise. So it's basically just to revise it, and it's a kind of out of left field. Everyone's thinking, one character, and Ed Boon even teased it, like, you're never gonna see this coming. And I think there was actually a guy that actually guessed it somehow right. I have no idea, but it was like a small YouTuber. But overall, so I'm happy with Fighter. Let's see, Fighter Pack 3. We got Enchantress. Nah, don't really care for it, to be honest. Unless she plays like Zatanna, I ain't really feeling about it. Adam, pretty cool. He's a DC character. Looking forward to him. And then the Teenage Mutant Turtles blew me out of water. But overall, like, if you look at the whole Fighter Pack thing overall, I feel like we did okay. I mean, it's up to NetherRealm, but I'm just saying I'm underwhelmed. It could have been better. So I think overall, Fighter Pack was pretty good. I would say if I were to rate getting all 3 Fighter Packs, I would say, like, if you're looking to get Injustice 2 and get the Fighter, like the Ultimate Edition, I would say a solid 7.5 out of 10. If you're a big fan of these characters, I mean, props to you. I'm not saying these characters are trash. Most of these characters aren't even out yet. Like 3, nobody's even played them. Adam, Enchantress, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I just feel like they could have went crazier, and I rather would have seen, instead of Sub-Zero and Raiden, I really rather would have seen like a special guest character and a DC character or something like that in place of them. That's the only thing I would really change, and then I would give this a way higher score. as far as DLC goes. So anyway, this video turned out to be a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but that's okay. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a comment down below what characters you wanted to see in Fighter Pack 3, and will they do a Fighter Pack 4? So other than that, I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and hope you guys have a good night. And as always, you know, follow me on the links down below. Don't forget that subscribe button, because it just motivates me every time I see I got a new subscriber to make more video content. I know this video is coming out and I haven't made a video in a while. For that, I apologize. Just been really busy. I fractured my foot and dealing with that and some, you know, family holidays and stuff, so it's hard to get content out sometimes. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy the video. It's a little bit of rambling, and as always, this is Cobra, and you just been out. Sick guitar riff, bro.